In the quiet village where I grew up, English was a distant language. My early encounters with it were filled with confusion and frustration. I recall my first English lesson in school. The teacher's words seemed like a series of strange sounds strung together. I could barely grasp the basics, let alone form coherent sentences. My classmates quickly picked up the language, but I lagged behind, struggling with even the simplest vocabulary. The problem wasn't just at school. Back home, no one spoke English. My parents were hardworking people who communicated in our native tongue. There was no environment for me to practice or even hear English regularly. This lack of exposure compounded my difficulties. Each time I tried to read or write in English, I felt overwhelmed by a sea of unfamiliar words and complex grammar rules. As time passed, my struggle turned into a source of embarrassment. I would shy away from situations where I had to use English, fearing ridicule and judgment. Group activities in class that required English communication became my worst nightmare. I could sense my peers' impatience and annoyance when I stumbled over my words. This constant fear of failure made me withdraw further, and my confidence plummeted. The turning point came during my final year of high school. I realized that my future aspirations hinged on mastering English. Whether it was pursuing higher education or securing a good job, English was the key. Determined to overcome my fears, I decided to take my learning into my own hands. I started by setting small, achievable goals. My first goal was to learn 5 new words each day. Every evening, I would sit with a dictionary and a notebook, meticulously noting down new words and their meanings. I would then use these words in sentences, trying to understand their context. Initially, it was a tedious process. I often felt discouraged by the slow progress. However, I persevered, reminding myself that every small step was a step forward. One day, while browsing through a bookstore, I stumbled upon a book titled English for Beginners. It was a treasure trove of exercises, stories, and practice sessions tailored for learners like me. I bought the book and made it a point to complete at least 1 chapter every day. This structured approach helped me understand the language better. The exercises reinforced my learning, and the stories made the process enjoyable. Realizing the importance of listening in language acquisition, I began listening to English songs and watching English movies with subtitles. Initially, I could barely keep up with the dialogues, but gradually, my listening skills improved. I started picking up new phrases and expressions. Singing along to songs became a fun way to practice pronunciation, and watching movies helped me understand the rhythm and flow of conversational English. To further enhance my skills, I joined an online language exchange program. Here, I was paired with native English speakers who wanted to learn my native language. This exchange was mutually beneficial. It provided me with a platform to practice speaking English in a non-judgmental environment. My language partner would correct my mistakes and provide valuable feedback, which was instrumental in improving my spoken English. Encouraged by my progress, I began to read English newspapers and magazines. Initially, it was daunting to tackle lengthy articles, but I approached them with the same methodical strategy I had used with the dictionary. I would underline unfamiliar words and look them up later. Gradually, my reading speed and comprehension improved. I also started writing a daily journal in English, which helped me articulate my thoughts better. As my proficiency grew, so did my confidence. I began participating in English debates and discussions at school. The first few attempts were nerve-wracking, but I reminded myself that mistakes were part of the learning process. Each debate improved my public speaking skills and broadened my vocabulary. The positive feedback from my teachers and peers motivated me to keep pushing my boundaries. With newfound confidence, I decided to take the English proficiency test required for university admission. I spent months preparing, using every resource at my disposal. I took practice tests, attended workshops, and sought guidance from my teachers. When the results were announced, I had scored well above my expectations. This achievement was a testament to my hard work and determination. As I transitioned to university, English was no longer an obstacle, but a tool that opened doors to new opportunities. I could engage with international students, access a vast array of academic resources, and participate in diverse activities. My ability to communicate effectively in English enriched my academic experience and broadened my horizons. Looking back, my journey to learn English was fraught with challenges, but each hurdle taught me resilience and perseverance. The initial struggle gave way to a gradual, steady improvement, and eventually a sense of mastery. Today, I speak English fluently and confidently, thanks to the relentless practice and the unwavering belief that I could achieve my goal. The experience of learning English transformed me in more ways than one. It not only equipped me with a valuable skill, but also instilled in me a profound sense of accomplishment. The journey made me realize that with dedication and hard work, any challenge can be overcome. My story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the endless possibilities that open up when one is willing to learn and grow. Now, as I share my story, I hope it serves as an inspiration to others who are struggling with similar challenges. Learning a new language is not easy, but it is certainly achievable. With consistent effort and a positive mindset, anyone can turn their weaknesses into strengths and their dreams into reality. Please pay attention if you really want to achieve your goal of speaking fluent English. Some very important points are given below. 1. Set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve and by when. 2. Create a study plan. Dedicate specific times each day for learning English. 3. Immerse yourself. Surround yourself with English through media, books, and conversations. 4. Practice daily. Consistency is key in language learning. 5. Use flashcards. For vocabulary building, use physical or digital flashcards. 6. Listen to English music, pay attention to lyrics, and sing along. 7. Watch English movie series. Use subtitles initially and gradually wean off them. 8. Read regularly. Read books, newspapers, and online articles in English. 9. Join online forums. Participate in English-speaking forums or discussion groups. 10. Use language apps. Leverage apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Rosetta Stone. 11. Engage with native speakers. Practice speaking with native speakers through language exchange programs. 12. Write daily. Keep a diary or blog in English to practice writing. 13. Learn phrases, not just words. Focus on learning whole phrases rather than isolated words. 14. Practice speaking. Regularly converse in English, even if it's to yourself. 15. Use a dictionary. Both English-English and bilingual dictionaries are helpful. 16. Join a language class. Enroll in a local or online English course. 17. Grammar exercises. Regularly practice grammar exercises to understand rules. 18. Learn from mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and learn from them. 19. Use language learning websites. Websites like BBC Learning English and Fluent U offer great resources. 20. Practice pronunciation. Use apps or online resources to practice and improve your pronunciation. 21. Engage in interactive learning. Participate in online quizzes and games designed for English learners. 22. Join English clubs. Engage in conversation clubs or meetups. 23. Practice listening skills. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks in English. 24. Use English in daily activities. Try to think in English during daily tasks. 25. Focus on functional language. Learn language that is useful for your daily life and interests. 26. Study with a partner. Pair up with someone to study and practice together. 27. Label household items. Place labels on household items in English. 28. Understand your learning style. Adapt your study methods to suit whether you're a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learner. 29. Set milestones. Break down your goals into smaller, achievable milestones. 30. Stay motivated. Keep reminding yourself why you want to learn English. 31. Engage with English culture. Learn about English-speaking cultures to understand context. 32. Practice writing. Essays. Write essays on various topics to improve your writing skills. 33. Record your voice. Record yourself speaking and listen to it to identify areas for improvement. 34. Study English idioms and slang. Familiarize yourself with common idioms and slang. 35. Use social media. Follow English-speaking accounts and engage with content. 36. Read aloud. Practice reading aloud to improve fluency and pronunciation. 37. Use translation sparingly. Avoid relying too much on translation. Try to think directly in English. 38. Understand context. Learn how words and phrases are used in different contexts. 39. Seek feedback. Get feedback from native speakers or teachers. 40. Take practice tests. Regularly take English proficiency practice tests. 41. Engage in debates and discussions. Participate in debates to practice argumentation and fluency. 42. Use mnemonics. Create mnemonic devices to remember vocabulary and grammar rules. 43. Learn synonyms and antonyms. Expand your vocabulary by learning synonyms and antonyms. 44. Practice with real-life scenarios. Simulate real-life situations where you need to use English. 45. Stay persistent. Keep practicing even when progress seems slow. 46. Review regularly. Regularly review what you've learned to reinforce knowledge. 47. Adapt to your progress. Adjust your study plan based on your progress and weaknesses. 48. Stay positive. Maintain a positive attitude and be patient with yourself. 49. Celebrate small wins. Recognize and celebrate your progress to stay motivated. 50. Seek professional help. Consider hiring a tutor if you need personalized guidance. By following these tips, you can accelerate your English learning process and achieve fluency more effectively.